Hey everyone, I'm Maddie.
And I'm Hannah.
And welcome to Pour Over Pages. Happy 2023 everyone. Today Hannah and I are going to be going over our TBRs or to be read list for the new year. So first on my list is to finish the Throne of Glass series. I've read the first two, and so my goal is to get all the way through. I think there's 7 or 8 of them. And then I also want to finish up Sarah J. Maas's list with the Crescent City series.
Yes, and I want to do the Crescent City series as well this year. I got into Sarah J. Maas last year, so I'm really looking forward to getting into more of her books.
Yeah.
First on my list is the Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson. I mean, what a title, right? You can't do any better than that.
Right. Next on my list is Credence by Penelope Douglas. I've read a couple other of Penelope's books, and they're very spicy. And I know Credence is about some not blood-related relatives, but some distant relatives.
Oh, that's
not
spicy.
Blood-related, in a forest. So that sounds good time to me.
I cannot wait to hear about your review of this book.
I'm scared.
I have some pretty hefty goals this year, so I've never read the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but this year I'm gonna tackle it. That is one of my big series, one of my big want-to-reads.
Yeah. Next on my list is the Magnolia Parks Universe series by Jessa Hastings. There's 3 books in the series, and I've heard them compared to Gossip Girl. Probably a lot of trigger warnings, a lot of smut, so that feels right up my alley.
Next on my list is The Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. I really enjoy Barbara Kingsolver. I think that she really makes me think, and I just want a book, other than Lord of the Rings, that'll make me think this year.
For sure. I've really been into my thriller phase recently, and so I really have heard a lot about Ruth Ware. So I went to read The Lying Game. I've heard that it's really good, really fast paced. So try out Ruth Ware this year.
Next on my list is The Final Offer by Lauren Asher. I read her books, The Fine Print and Terms and Conditions last year, so I'm really looking forward to the release of the book this year.
And I actually also want to read the series. I haven't read either of them. So hopefully I can knock those out and then also read The Final Offer. I also want to read The Godparent Trap by Rachel Van Dyke. I've heard this kind of compared as like a cross between The Parent Trap and what is it called? No Reservations, the movie. And so I don't know. I love the drama. I love like the found family feel of that. So I love the cover. It's gorgeous. It's like yellow and like cartoony.
Super nerdy, but the next one on my list is Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree.
I just bought that book and I really want to read it.
Did you really? Oh my gosh.
So maybe you'll see a reading vlog from us reading the same book at the same time.
Yes. I saw this on Goodreads. It was probably one of your want to reads.
Maybe.
And I mean, that was right up my nerd alley.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for a Dungeons and Dragons type book.
In a coffee shop?
Yes. I mean, it's everything I could ask for.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Next on my list is to just finish out Tessa Bailey's Backlist. She has a lot of books that I didn't know about. This year I read It Happened One Summer, Hook, Line, and Sinker, and then Window Shopping, and I really liked her books, so I want to get through the rest of her backlist.
Oh, next on my list is Really Good Actually by Monica Helsey. That is this year's book of the year. So, I'm just looking to tackle that this year, and hopefully you'll get to hear my thoughts on it.
Yeah. Next on my list is the From Blood and Ash series. It's 6 books.
Yes, it'll be 6 books.
Okay.
Total.
Hannah's been knocking them out. So I'm feeling inspired from her, and maybe we'll save that opinion for another video, but
I have started to read it, and it is really good.
Yes. So I want to get that series under my belt this year.
Another series that I want to read is the Twisted series by Anna Huang. It consists of Twisted Love, Twisted Games, Twisted Hate, and Twisted Lies. Mm-hmm. So I'm really looking forward to yet another series. Lots of series.
Yeah, you're ambitious. Like I said, I've been really into thrillers, but not so much horror, and I'm kind of looking to dip my toes just a little bit into those waters. So I want to read How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. That's a new book coming out this year, and I honestly don't know a ton of what it's about, but I know he's known to be a pretty good horror author, so I'll let you know.
Oh, that'll be good. Next on my list is the Bloodsworn Saga by John Gwynne. This is a series that I've started it on Kindle, but I only have a sample, so I'm trying to get my hands on the hard copy book and then get into that series. I've loved it from the first couple of pages I started, so.
Yeah. And next on my list is You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogel. I've heard a lot of people here, like on BookTube and on Bookstagram, talking about how it's just like a really good, like, lovers to enemies almost. And there's like prank wars and things like that. So that's next on my list.
You know what? I think I'm going to add that to my list too.
Yeah.
Last on my list is All of Our Demise by Amanda Foody and Lynn Herman. So last year I read All of Us Villains by them, and I've been looking forward to the release of this book for a while now. And I just stumbled upon it in Barnes and Nobles. I didn't think it was going to release until later this year, so that was a pleasant surprise. I already picked up the book, and I'm super excited to read it.
I'm going to finish out my list with a couple. I think I'm a little bit too ambitious this year, but we'll see. The next one I want to read is The Butcher and the Wren by Alaina Urquhart. She is one of the girls that hosts the podcast Morbid, and I love that podcast, and I really am excited to read her book. She's a debut author, so it's her first. I also want to read The Finish Line by Kate Stewart. This past year I read Flock and Exodus in the part of the Ravenhood trilogy, and Exodus was my favorite book of the year. It was so great. The Finish Line just kind of ties everything up, and I don't think it will be as exciting as the other two, but I'm excited to see the series finish. The next that I want to read is The Bodyguard by Katherine Center. One of my good friends just read this and loved it, and I like the idea that the woman is the bodyguard and she's protecting, I guess, the love interest in the story.
Ooh.
And she said it's a lot more than just the romance, and there's like a lot of good life lessons in it, so I'm excited. And then the last one on my list has been on my list for a while, The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. It's humongous, but it's another kind of like high fantasy, I believe YA, maybe not. But yeah, I'm really excited to read those books.
Yay.
So we have really ambitious goals for this year, and we're excited to keep you updated along the way. If you have any suggestions for books that we should read or add to our list, you can leave them down below, and we'll also link our Bookstagram account as well as our Goodreads.
So those are our TBRs for 2023, and we're looking forward to adding even more books to that list throughout the year. So thank you guys for joining us today, and we look forward to updating you on our journey. We'll see you next time.